Buddy, another video for you. This is kind of humorous. We're talking about Eric Holder, outgoing Attorney General. Has been through a lot of controversy in his time in Washington. A lot of scandals, like from Fast and Furious to the journal, to bullying of journalists and that kind of thing, and to eavesdropping and all kinds of stuff. So he's on his way out, and a lot of people have said he should have left a long time ago. If I was him, I probably would have left a long time ago. But let me get up. But he's going. He's on his way out. So, but the reason I'm talking about this is he had I guess he did an interview with a reporter from the Washington Post, and they posted it on NBC.com and NBCNews.com, and it was really weird because this reporter from the Post asked a lot of pop culture-ish kind of questions. Didn't really delve. It didn't really get. It was very lighthearted, not very serious. It was serious, but it wasn't. No serious questions were asked of him. Per se. Actually, what he asked him was, he was like, "Who do you think, if they did a movie about you, who would play you?" And he said that, like, not even a second went by, and he said Denzel Washington. So that would be, that kind of, Holder's got a little bit more gray, I think, than Denzel does, but I could see it. Yeah, I can see that. And then they were talking about, like what's the last song he played on his iPod? I mean, you know, frivolous stuff. What's the last movie he watched on his iPad? Which you put The Godfather, stuff like that. What person would you like to meet? The Pope. Very pop culture-ish kind of stuff. Not really, what's your biggest regrets while you were in Washington? What's your biggest I would ask stuff like that. Like, what do you think all these people trying to say that you didn't do a good job? You would think they would ask something like that. But, it is what it is. And then, then he was like, they got into, like, what shows do you watch? Another more pop culture stuff. He put, like, Boardwalk Empire, which I heard was pretty good. And then he put, like, Homeland, which I heard Homeland was real good, but I think it's on Showtime. I don't have it. So, got HBO, though. So, and then he was talking about which political show got it mostly right. And he put House of Cards, which I have to agree. And because it's a great show. I can't wait to season 3. But, and then he was like, and then he was saying there was a pretty bad vice president in House of Cards, but I'll leave it at that, which when you first hear that, you would think he's talking about the current. But then he said, he teased before elaborating, I like Joe Biden, so I'm not talking about him. So a little humor thrown in. So, on the whole, not really a very serious interview. But maybe before he even agreed to it, that he was just like, hey, no tough questions, no Fast and Furious, none of this, no about, none of the journalism scandal stuff, none of that, no IRS, none of that stuff, just lighthearted questions. Maybe that was part of the agreements. Who knows? Or maybe this reporter just didn't want to ask those questions. Who knows? But yeah, so that was kind of funny. There's some funny parts in there. Yeah, whether you like, Holder, or you don't, or agree that he did a good job or not, it's still kind of a lighthearted interview with some humor thrown in. It seemed like, but anywho, we'll see you next time. Listen over this one.